students! I'm Teacher Marlene and I'm going to be your TLE teacher. And I assume that you are in a good place while listening to our lesson. For our learning objective, number 1, show that you know the fundamental ideas and theories behind making bread and pastries. Number 2, show that you know the fundamental ideas and theories behind cooking. Number 3, lastly, show that you know the what skills, knowledge, and attitudes are needed to keep kitchen, tools, and equipment and work areas in good condition. Now that you know the learning objectives, you have an idea what is the topic for today, right? So our topic is about bread and pastry production and cookery. First, let's identify what is the difference between bread and pastry. Bread is made of flour, water, and yeast, or another leavening agent mixed together and baked. Pastry is a dough of flour, shortening, and water, used as a base and covering in bakes, such as pies. Basically, bread it has more solid texture than pastries. Now that we know the bread and pastry, next is, what is production? This is the action of making or manufacturing from components or raw materials, or the process being so manufactured. Let's go to the tools and equipment in baking. But before that, what is tools? This is the handheld devices used in baking. First tools, in measuring tools, measuring cups, they are used to measure dry and liquid ingredients. It consists of two types, namely, liquid measuring cup or graduated glass are sold individually and made from glass or plastic with measure indicated on the outside of the cup. Basically, it is used for measure liquid ingredients. Next, dry measuring cup allow you to fill the cup to the top and then level off. Remove the extra with a straight edge knife or metal spatula, and this is made of metal or plastic. How about measuring spoon? It consists of set of spoon with different sizes for measuring small quantities of liquid or dry ingredients. Next is weighing scale. It is used to measure ingredients for accurate measurement. Next is timer. It is used in timing baked products, the rising of yeast, and to check the doughness of cakes. Second tools is mixing tools and utensils. Mixing bowl comes in graduated sizes and has sloping sides, used for ingredients. Next, rubber scraper is used to remove bits of food on sides of the bowl. Next mixing tools, electric hand mixer is a mixer for creaming, beating egg whites, mixing cake batters, and icing. How about whisk? It is used to beat or whip egg whites or cream. And the difference between electric hand mixer and whisks is that electric hand mixer is need a power supply. In whisk, you mix the egg whites manually. Third tools is cutting tools. Bread knife is a knife to cut breads. It is long and have serrated edges. Kitchen shears are used to slice, rolls, and delicate cakes. Grater and shredder is used to grate cheese, chocolate, and other fresh fruits. Cookie cutters is a tool to cut out cookie, biscuit, dough in a particular shape. Next is dough cutter. Is a tool to cut the dough and scrape the dough in chopping board or table. Pastry wheel or a pie cutter round blade knife used to cut dough when making pastries. Pastry blender. This tool with a metal handle and round steel blade is used to cut in shortening or solid fat into flour to obtain flaky texture of pies and pastries. How about miscellaneous tools? First, metal spatula. Comes in a different sizes. Small spatula are used to remove muffins and molded cookies from pans, which is 5 to 6 inches large spatula for icing or frosting cakes. Flexible blade is used for various purposes. Next, rolling pin is used to flatten or roll the dough. Third, pastry brush is used in greasing pans or surface of pastries and breads. How about parchment paper? Is used in moisture-resistant paper, especially treated for oven use. Cooling racks for cooling cakes until for ready icing and frosting. Chopping board. A different chopping board is needed for each type of food that is used. This cuts down the chance of contaminating one food with the bad bacteria of another. Cake pans comes in different sizes and shapes and may be round, square, rectangular, or heart shape. There are 4 pans that we need to identify. First is tube center pan, a deeper than a round pan and with a hollow center. It is removable, which is used to bake chiffon type of cakes. Second is band pan. It is a round pan with scallop sides used for baking elegant and special cakes. Third is jelly roll pan, is shallow rectangular pan used for baking rolls. Fourth is loaf pan, is a kitchen utensil in the form of a container in which bread is baked. How about flour sifter? Is used to separate and break up clumps in dry ingredients such as flour, as well as to aerate and combine them. Next is piping bag, is an often cone or triangular shaped bag made from cloth, paper, plastic, silicone that is squeezed by a hand to pipe semi-solid foods by pressing them through a narrow opening. Nozzle or pastry tip is a pointed metal or plastic tube connected to the opening of the pastry and is used to form to desired design. Now we know the different tools. Let us know now the baking equipments. First equipment, oven. Oven are the workhorses of the bake shop and are essential for producing the bakery products. Ovens are enclosed spaces in which food is heated, usually by hot air. Second, deck ovens are so called because the items to be baked either on sheet pans or in the case of some bread freestanding are placed directly on the bottom or the deck oven. Third, rack oven is a large oven into which entire racks full of sheet pans can be wheeled for baking. Mechanical oven. The food is in motion while it bakes in this type of oven. The most common type of revolving oven in which his mechanism is like that a Ferris wheel. The mechanical action eliminates the problem of hot spots or uneven baking because the mechanism rotates throughout the oven. Convection oven contains fans that circulate the air and distribute the heat rapidly throughout. Next, wooden-fired oven, also known as pugon, is oven that uses wood for cooking foods. Knowing the bread and pastry production. You have now knowledge in basic skills and equipments. You already know what tools used in measuring a flour, what equipment used to cook bread.
It is a representation of culture, history, hunger, wealth, war, and peace, and plays a central role in our day-to-day lives. It is necessary and essential to human survival. Baking is a creative activity that helps you express yourself. Like any creative activity, baking is a way to express oneself and relieve stress.
That's all. I hope you understand what we tackle for today. And again, I'm Teacher Marlene and I'm your PLE teacher. Goodbye!